Imagine putting your child on a plane, the flight takes off, and he simply disappears. You don't know if he's alive or dead, and longing, anguish, and despair overwhelm you. On March 8, 2014, at exactly 12:41 a.m., Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 lifted off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, carrying 239 souls toward Beijing. It was supposed to be a routine overnight flight, a quiet journey, a smooth crossing, a simple page in the endless book of commercial aviation. But within hours, MH370 would transform into the greatest mystery of the modern era, one that still haunts investigators, governments, and families more than a decade later. In the first minutes, everything was normal. Air traffic controllers heard calm voices, standard procedures, nothing out of place. Passengers reclined, lights dimmed, engines hummed. A Boeing 777 does not fail silently. It does not vanish. And yet on this night, something happened. Something that would trigger one of the most expensive, complex, and emotionally devastating searches in human history. At 1:19 a.m., Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah uttered what would become the final known words from the cockpit. "Good night, Malaysian 370. It was calm, routine, almost too ordinary. Seconds later, the transponder stopped transmitting. The plane's identity on radar disappeared, like a candle suddenly blown out. But MH370 did not fall from the sky in that moment. Radar data later revealed that the aircraft made a sharp turn, an incredibly precise maneuver, banking southwest, crossing back over Malaysia, flying low enough that it skirted the edges of civilian radar. Whoever controlled the plane knew exactly where the gaps were. The turn was so controlled, so deliberate, that speculation exploded. Was this a pilot? A hijacker? A system malfunction? And if so, why such a coordinated deviation? What followed was chaos on the ground. Vietnamese controllers asked where the plane was. Malaysian authorities assumed it had entered Vietnamese airspace. For hours, no one realized MH370 was heading in a completely different direction. A massive delay in communication, a delay that would cost investigators precious time and confuse the timeline forever. As dawn rose, families gathered at Beijing Airport, expecting to greet their loved ones. Instead, they faced a chilling message. The flight was missing. Not late, not diverted, missing. The word echoed through the terminal like a shockwave. Phones rang unanswered. Luggage went unclaimed. A silence fell, heavy, thick, unbearable. Behind the scenes, governments scrambled. Satellite companies analyzed faint data bursts, so-called handshakes between the aircraft and orbiting systems. These signals, mere pings, revealed something unthinkable. MH370 had flown for nearly 7 more hours, deep into the Indian Ocean, a route so desolate that even ships rarely crossed it. An area with some of the roughest waters and deepest trenches on Earth. But how could a commercial aircraft fly for hours unnoticed? Why did military radars belonging to several neighboring nations fail to intervene? Some analysts insisted that more data existed, classified information that governments refused to release. Why? To avoid revealing military capabilities? To hide mistakes? Theories multiplied, some grounded in aviation logic, others drifting into darker, more speculative territory. Inside the cockpit, the truth remains unknown. Some experts suggested a catastrophic decompression. Others argued that a fire or electrical failure forced the pilots into unconsciousness. But these explanations clash with the deliberate change in course, the steady altitude, the controlled speed. A lifeless aircraft does not navigate with such precision. Attention inevitably turned to Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, an experienced pilot, a respected instructor, a man described by friends as warm and intelligent. But investigators found a flight simulator in his home, containing a route eerily similar to the path MH370 is believed to have taken. The simulation did not prove intention. Many aviators practice emergency routes, but the discovery ignited a firestorm of speculation. Was he planning something? Was he testing possibilities? Or was it a tragic coincidence? No evidence proved foul play, yet no evidence cleared it entirely. Families were torn apart emotionally. Some blamed the airline, some blamed the government, some blamed the pilots. Many blamed the silence, the endless silence. Press conferences offered fragments of information, often contradictory. Debris field estimates changed, ocean maps shifted, the search zone moved 3 times. Conspiracy theories flourished in the vacuum. The world wanted answers, officials had none. Then a breakthrough, or what seemed like one. In July 2015, a single piece of debris washed ashore on Reunion Island, a flaperon, confirmed to be from MH370. Finally, physical proof. Over the next years, more pieces appeared across Madagascar, Mozambique, and Tanzania. Items from the cabin, fragments of the wings, interior panels, proof of the ocean's slow, merciless drift. But even these pieces raised questions. Why were they so few? Why were some damaged in ways inconsistent with expected patterns? Why did certain areas never yield debris? Every new discovery fueled a new debate. Some independent investigators argued that the plane did not crash where the official search claimed. Others insisted that the aircraft had glided far beyond its last known point, suggesting someone remained conscious in the cockpit until the end. Governments dismissed many alternate theories, but failed to provide a definitive narrative of their own. For the families, the waiting became a torment. Months became years. Promises of new technology, new calculations, and renewed search missions faded slowly into disappointment. Some relatives traveled to beaches where debris washed ashore, holding fragments of the aircraft as if holding a part of their loved ones. Others clung to the belief that the plane might have landed somewhere secretly. A few believed in rescue, others in cover-ups. Some believed the truth would never come. The Indian Ocean is merciless. Its depths reach over 7,000 meters, deeper than Mount Kilimanjaro is tall. Even with modern sonar, underwater drones, and advanced mapping tools, the ocean swallowed the wreckage in its cold, silent grave. The massive official search ended in 2017. A private mission concluded in 2018. Both failed. And so the world was left with data points, fragments, unanswered questions, and a story that refuses to close. MH370 did not simply disappear. It dissolved into a fog of half-truths, missing information, and global debate. To this day, no one can say with absolute certainty what happened in that cockpit, why the aircraft changed course, or how it ended its final hours. But one truth remains. For all our satellites, our radars, our global systems, a modern plane carrying hundreds of people vanished in a way that should have been impossible. The case of MH370 stands not only as an aviation mystery, but as a reminder that in a world ruled by technology, there are still moments, dark, quiet moments, where the unknown prevails. And until the wreckage is found, until the black boxes speak, until the ocean gives back its secrets, Flight MH370 will remain the most haunting, controversial, and emotionally charged mystery of our time. A story with no ending, a question with no answer, a silence that echoes louder with every passing year.